Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Patches In podcast. This one's about movies, TV shows and other media that's not in the gaming podcast. I'm joined by Hamish.
Hi everyone.
And Dom.
Yo.
Right, so this is new for us, so it might get a bit sticky during it.
Hey.
By sticky I meant we might struggle to
Think. Oh, wait, that's no different from any other podcasts we've done.
do you know what? I'm just going to go, Hamish, what have you been watching, mate?
Struggle to think, struggle to talk, everything, you know.
Well, we don't struggle to drink.
No, well, I definitely don't. Goddamn champ at that. You know what? The only thing that I've really seen recently is I saw Men in Black International.
Oh, that Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Liam Neeson.
So Thor and Valkyrie.
Yeah, but you know what? Like
Taken, man.
Taken, yeah.
Do you know what?
Taking the piss.
I wanted to see Men in Black International, but it just never grabbed me. The trailers were awful, I thought.
Yeah.
The trailers made it look semi-interesting, but a lot of the allure for me was Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. I was like, because they had such good chemistry, obviously in the Thor films.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that chemistry in this film. Like,
really?
Obviously, they're playing different characters. He's a bit of a dick. He's like the best agent, but he works alone, and she's a kind of nerd. Like she sees an alien from when she's a young lassie. You know, spends her whole life trying to get into the Men in Black. Works her way into working with Chris Hemsworth, but I don't know if it was just the writing or whatever, but I just didn't feel the same chemistry as I did in the Thor films.
Do you think Taika Waititi gave them more like freedom to do what they wanted?
Maybe that.
So that's what they did with Chris Hemsworth. They just let him make jokes and do his own comedic personality.
Yeah, maybe that. Like I said, I don't know if it was the writing or whatever, but I just didn't have that spark that they usually have. You know, it wasn't.
It wasn't Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, it wasn't as fun to watch. You know.
Well, the only good Men in Black film was the first one. Anyway,
they were alright.
The first one was really good. The second one was
Yeah, the second one was very.
Is a technical term for shite.
I don't remember much of the first one. I just remember it was like back in time.
Yeah,
it was like Josh Brolin was young Tommy Lee Jones or something.
Yeah, he did a good Tommy Lee Jones. Though.
Yeah, but
good
yeah,
angry young man instead of Tommy.
It was kind of forgettable. Like the third one, first one is definitely best, especially the Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, he was excellent.
Brilliant, man. He was
stretching his face and stuff. Was that better?
Which he looks nothing like him. Like he's a proper chameleon man. Like see if you look at him in Daredevil as Kingpin, or like Full Metal Jacket, and then you look at him in Men in Black, you're like, that's not the same guy. No chance.
He's
but
excellent.
He's so good, man.
So you think the writing was pretty stale in this?
This
was obviously going to be a new franchise, wasn't it? They were going to try and they wanted because everyone wants Chris Hemsworth right now because he's
so hot right now.
So hot all the time. I mean,
we were quoting Zoolander. What are you saying? I don't know I don't think they're going to make more. Like, I got rated very poorly, and honestly, it was super predictable. Like,
by the books, very.
It was just you could see the twist coming, and it, so much so it wasn't even a twist. You know what I mean? Like, it was that obvious.
I know we all have Cineworld Unlimited cards, which allow us to go see any film we want as many times as we want.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know if anyone from Cineworld would just give
sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us for a year. Do you know what? I would take that. I'd be happy for that.
But Hamish, did you go to see this in the cinema?
No, I procured it totally legally.
You Somalian pirate this?
No.
Captain Hook?
Mate, it was out in June. I obviously never went to see it in the cinema.
Yeah, that's the thing. I go see everything in the cinema. Like I usually go every Saturday and see one or two films, and that film just passed me by.
Yeah, no,
even though it has a name, I recognise Men in Black. Loved that film when I was younger. Two actors or more than two actors that you really enjoy watching. And there was nothing in the hype that grabbed you. Like the trailers all looked fun. But they all look.
I remember quite liking the trailers and thinking, I'll need to go and watch that, but I obviously couldn't have wanted to see it that bad because I didn't go and see it in the cinema.
Yeah, because he sort of just went like, nah, you know what, not really interested.
I never went out of my way to see it. You know.
It's kind of a downer to start this new podcast era.
What you mean is like, you got to take the the bad with the good and the good with the bad.
Well, have you seen anything good?
Movie wise, no. If you've listened to
a downer.
Oh, cheers for turning that back on me.
man, that was pretty.
Hold on, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna spark we can. That'll get spirits up.
Spark that can.
There we are.
There we go, man.
Sparkers in podcast, we should be called.
So,
That's going to be a running
if you-
thing now.
if you've not seen anything bad, have you seen anything good?
No, actually,
seen
we haven't been
anything?
to the cinema at all in the last couple of weeks. There's been a kind of a lull in the films.
It's not good
being
enough here.
released.
We've got commitments to this podcast.
Commitments.
Commitments to this
Well,
podcast.
Because I've
I
been
think
away,
they're quite fresh, those commitments.
because I've been to Edinburgh the past week and then my birthday and all that stuff, I haven't had time. I've been watching a lot of The Good Place on Netflix though, which
Right.
is the first season I found kind of boring because I didn't like the premise that much. And then it was the big twist at the end of the first season.
So the premise is
Kirsten Bell,
Kirsten.
something Bell, right?
It's
Is-
big K Bell.
you know, K-Bell.
K Bell.
Ted Danson.
Why was he dancing? Is that part of the premise?
Ted
Does this come back in it?
Dancing.
Is that a big twist?
He
He
had,
wasn't actually
he had a
dancing.
good dance in a good place.
He is the architect of the Good Place, where he's created it for people who have died. And if you're good, you go to the good place, and you're bad, you go to the bad place. Obvious heaven and hell shit going on there.
Okay.
But it's not. They don't name any gods or religions.
Aye,
It's
they-
just generic.
Try and keep it away
Heaven,
from
hell.
Yeah.
But there's a twist at the end of the first season. I don't want to ruin it for you if you've never seen it.
I've seen it.
So-
I think we've
Absolutely.
both seen
We've
it.
both seen it. Turns out,
Cover your ears if you've not seen it.
spoilers. But turns out they were in the bad place the whole time.
Yeah.
And they figured it out because nothing's been going well for them. And Kirsten Bell's character,
K Bell.
Kay Bell's character, right? She figures it out because she's like, why are we torturing each other? Oh, wait a minute. This is the bad
This
place.
is supposed to be, quote unquote heaven. So why is everything going bad?
Ted Danson's little laugh when she figures it out is hilarious. He's like, hee. I'm not doing that again.
It's fine. I'll loop it.
That's going to be the outro.
You may want to skip another 40 minutes because I'm going to loop that laugh for 40 minutes going from now. No, I'm not. Of course I'm not.
Like at that point, that show got good for me.
Yeah.
Because like it turned that whole. I thought it was just going to be like a generic. Oh, she's like because she is actually a bad person to get put in the good place, and
Well-
by mistake supposedly.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of like it. That premise is alright. And then like when it got to the end of the first season, I was like, oh, cool. It's flipped on its head. They've done something better. So I watched the first 2 seasons, and I just watched the last episode of the second season now, and it's excellent. Like Ted Danson's excellent in it. He's always been funny. But he's an old man now.
Yeah.
It's not the same Ted Danson in Cheers.
Yeah,
He plays like a demon. He torture him. He's the architect of the whole thing.
I don't know if you've seen it, but that's basically his first assignment.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it? Is it? I
Yeah.
thought, was it?
Kind of, yeah. He's
And
like
then
called up to
Ki-
construct well, he's an architect, so he constructs this hell for them,
I know I should do more research on the actor's name, but Kevin from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Kevin?
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
husband of
Raymond's-
Raymond
Captain
Holt.
Holt.
Yeah.
He's in it and he's excellent.
Yeah.
But he plays a character almost exactly like Kevin. They don't like emotions and stuff like that. The supporting cast are really funny. Is it Jamal?
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher her name.
Jamil, yeah.
She's hilarious as that selfish, like posh English socialite. I don't know the name of the other 2 actors because I didn't do any research before I came here.
But you enjoyed the show though.
It's really well written. It's surprisingly well written after that first season.
Well-
Because the first season was such a. I thought it was just going to be that one story, like oh she's going to get found out, oh she's going to get found out.
So
But then they switched it up on you.
if you didn't feel it was a very strong first season, what kept you watching it?
K-Bell.
yeah, she's pretty good. But like,
Pretty
Bell with
good,
dancing.
pretty good.
it kept like it wasn't terrible, and my girlfriend wanted to watch it as well, so I was like, oh, I'll watch it.
Sinead cracked the whip and you had to
Yeah,
watch it.
pretty much. That's why we're recording here.
Action Aid.
But, the first season is so different from the other seasons, or the other 2 seasons that I've seen. But I'd struggle through the first season again to watch 2 and 3.
Yeah.
It's like most comedy sitcoms, isn't it? Like
Aye,
the first
something-
season's always a downer.
Yeah, they get a kind of rough start. They need to get off their feet and that. But,
So it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like just skip that first season.
well, that's just because.
Frank's not in it yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like season 2, just it's a whole nother animal. It's just so much better when Danny DeVito joins.
Greatest TV sitcom of all time. It's Always Sunny.
Interesting.
I kind of agree from that. See some of the like episode wise, like that's probably the one still like in the plane. I'm trying to do
Boggs is record.
yeah.
Like try and drink that many beers. Hamish is like, amateur stuff there. That's amateur.
That was like
100 beers.
That's like one of my favourite TV episodes like ever. Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it seems like it is really truly one of those shows, Always Sunny, that you can just put on any episode and you'll enjoy it. You know, like there's no episodes that if you were watching it on Netflix or whatever, you'd be like, this one's kind of shitty, I'll skip this.
Yeah, I know every single episode. So I put it on. Like if I'm just like having my dinner, I'll put on like something that's Always Sunny. I'm like, this is a classic. It's like any episode from season 2 to season 14 or whatever we're at now.
That's what Netflix needs, a random episode button.
Yeah,
that'd be good. You know, because sometimes, Always Sunny, there's very loose plot structures over the whole thing, but for the most part, every episode
gets worse looking.
Every episode though, that kind of stands on its own, and you could definitely
you can sort of jump between it.
Swinging back towards The Good Life, because we meandered off into a much better show. I'd recommend it to anybody, because honestly, struggle through that first season. It's even better if you know the twist, because you get to watch it and go, see what's going on here. But then,
so you'd say a good place? No, it's just Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's an okay place.
It's an alright place.
It's alright.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's right. It's an average place.
I did quite like it when I watched that. Like it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. That one's for you, Jason.
I don't think he listens to this.
He does. He does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jason.
Big loser.
That's mean, don't say it.
No, like, it has been a while, but I remember enjoying it, and I watched all of it in the span of maybe a few weeks or something like that. Like, it's very Moorish. You want to.
It's I call it like my tea time TV show. Like you put it on while you're like just sitting down, but you don't. I don't go out of my way to watch it. It's just like I'll stick that on now until something else comes on.
Yeah.
I know that's a weird insight into my life, but
no, I think everyone does that. I'm going through that currently with Modern Family. Don't know if you guys have ever seen Modern Family.
I haven't.
Brilliant. Just fucking amazing show. It's really
I just
funny.
want to watch it because I want to see. Is it Ed Helms?
No.
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy?
Ed Helms? No.
Is that his name?
No. Ed Helms is the guy from The Hangover.
Oh,
yeah.
So I knew he was talking
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill.
Yeah.
I knew he was talking about Al Bundy though.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I meant.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Because he's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu and the Hixon Gracie.
He does. I mean, you can see he's got arms, man. He's
she's been looking at Al Bundy.
Married with Children at another show, absolutely. But no, Modern Family, like, it's one of those shows, I'll watch it. I think there's 11 seasons now. They're 12 maybe. They're doing another one anyway. But honestly, like, as soon as I finish watching it, I can just watch it from the start again. Like, it's that funny, it's that good, and you pick up on things that you didn't quite get. It's really well written, and I absolutely suggest it. Like, I know it's a bit daunting, like, because there's so many seasons.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, that's a lot, but.
And I could keep watching It's Always Sunny in that time, Hamish. You've got to recommend me something good.
Mate, it is really good. It's brilliant.
Is it Always Sunny good?
It's up there, definitely. It's a different kind of humour. It's a bit more, rather than
it's a bit more family friendly, really.
It's family friendly, but it's witty.
Do you know what? It's
not not Always Sunny is witty, but it's not quite as outlandish humour.
Do you know what I always put Modern Family equivalent to? Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
I'd say it's quite like that. If you like Malcolm in the Middle, you'll really like Modern Family.
I love Malcolm in the Middle.
And
it came out
classic.
right. Like I think Malcolm in the Middle came out in 2000 and finished like 2005 or 6, and like that's my start at high school, finish high school. So like we were the same ages, Malcolm. So you were like, that's kind of. My mum's also a psychopath.
I'm sure that's this
thank God she doesn't listen to us. Like, Jason, don't tell your mum that.
But yeah, like that's what I would always. That's why I really
I can see that. Yeah,
it's quite
absolutely.
like that sort of stories that are quite because it is like about a bunch of family, like families, sort of like being friends.
How they interact and stuff like that.
It's really
but no, I would definitely suggest it, man. I mean, it's like I say, it's been going over 10 seasons, so it must be doing something right.
Yeah, especially in America.
You've been watching it, Dom?
Well, yeah, I have been, man. So Amazon Prime updated its catalogue and has every single episode of Futurama and movies special. Every single one.
This is news to me because I would really want to
rewatch
Amazon Prime.
Right. No, I remember that. I remember that on Netflix. So
yeah,
I was just wondering how those licenses work. Like, I don't think it's on Netflix anymore.
I wonder how. Like, obviously, it's owned by Disney because it's a Fox show.
Well, technically, like, see after Fox dropped them, Comedy Central picked them up.
So who? Like, I know it's Matt Groening, whatever his name is, but
Matt groaning like I do when I listen to your parts of the podcast.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh.
So that puts me on to the
What do they call that?
Simpsons,
Stereo?
though. The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So who? Like, I know Fox still owns the Simpsons. I thought they owned everything that Matt Groening created.
Oh no! From what I remember, there was a whole sort of like they've cancelled Futurama twice,
Yeah.
and then the second time they picked it up, Fox just didn't bother doing it. And they had that joke at the start, like the box network, and the big building that has box and it keeps flashing.
Right,
the E,
okay.
And it goes to an F, so it's like Fox.
Right,
So it's
okay.
like, oh, these guys have been fired and we've been picked up by this new Central
I don't
shit
remember
channel.
that,
And they're like,
yeah.
oh, I get it, Comedy Central.
So you've been watching.
That was a
like,
classic,
Oh, yes.
classic fucking show, man. That was
It's
brilliant.
so good. Like, even the later season ones, see the ones when they've picked up from Comedy Central, like they had a lot more to tell. I was like, I actually really enjoyed that.
Do you think it's you know how the Simpsons has got the first 10-ish seasons are like classics, and then there's 20 seasons of absolute trash? Is a Futurama well more consistent? Even though it's only got like what 6 seasons?
No.
More than that. There's a lot more than that.
Is
So
it?
there's I think there's 11 seasons
Yeah.
plus 4 and 5 movies sort of in there.
Was the movies not just more 4
Longer.
episodes?
Oh no, they're
No,
about 5,
but
3 or
they're,
4.
are they not like 2-hour-long episodes together or something?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
back to back. Kind
Probably
of.
should know this. We're going to talk about it.
No, it's
I
good.
never
Man.
put
Like
any research into it.
Bendel's Big Score, Beast of a Thousand Bats,
yeah.
Bendel's Game.
Bendel's Game.
That's a good one because it's like a D&D sort of one, man. It's really fun.
So does it still hold up to this day?
Oh yeah, Bender's just like one of those characters that's just so
Never gets
relatable.
old.
Fry's brilliant, Leo brilliant,
Relatable.
Hermes.
The
Bender is relatable.
He is relatable. See, when I leave, I'm gonna make my own podcast, the Blackjack and Hookers.
There you
Don't
go.
need your podcast.
He's like, oh man, like when he turns around, one of my favourite ones was like, see when it was they were at the Olympics or the
Right.
Robo Olympics, and he's like, I can't even bend, do my job as good as them. I just wish everyone around me was dead. I'm like, that's a classic.
Oh, this absolute classic.
He's in court and like he's a pimp, and the other row is like, "We love you, Bender." Like, shut up, baby. I know.
Honestly, so quotable, man.
And he's the Marcus Phoenix.
It
Yeah.
is. Marcus Phoenix.
Where's my? No, that's Dom. I was going to do. Where's my wife?
Futurama is one that I've watched that like in its entirety a few times, and it's classic to the point. I kind of liken it to Scrubs. I don't know if it's because I watched it at the same time, but it's one of those ones. It's really funny, but then it's sometimes got those touching, emotional episodes as
Yeah.
well. Like
There's been a few that they sort of tried to rekindle. See from they had from Fry's dog for it.
yeah.
But they've done a few that are there. It's like there's a whole episode with Hermes and Bender, which was a bit of a what did I do about that? But there was a really good one that he did with Fry and his mum.
Yeah.
There's a whole relationship like that, you know, like because you always seen like his mum in the like, flashbacks. It just only cares about football.
Yeah.
And the dad's like a wound up like ex-army vet that's thinking that the Y2K bug's gonna kill everybody. So it's like. And Yancey sees brother and all that, so you
Yeah.
get to see like wee things like that, which is pretty cool. But it's like so they try to get like the Seymour moment, the dog.
The
They
dog,
try to
yeah,
get some
waits
more
for
ones
him
for it.
outside,
And
yeah.
the mum one I think is like one of the best ones they've done, like emotionally for it because it's deserved. It's not like one of the ones that's very like with Scrubs. Always, I think they did that really well with like the emotional scenes they did with that.
Yeah.
They can make you laugh like 1 minute and the next time you're just like.
Shit.
You know, how to save a life,
Come-
how to
come
save a
quick,
life,
man.
and the brave plays, and you're like, oh no, don't, no cocks, no, Dr. Cox!
I'm not crying. There's just something in my eye. It's dusty in here.
No.
Scrubs, Futurama. Well, how
Malcolm
many shows have we recommended?
So many.
Modern Family, Scrubs,
Always Sunny.
Futurama, Always Sunny, Good Place. Just watch TV,
What's it
guys.
like?
Ah, just go on TV.
Just
and
watch TV. Right?
press buttons.
Yeah. I would suggest, like, if you fallen out from Futurama when it got cancelled like the second time for it, watch all the specials and all that.
Yes.
The Beast with a Thousand Backs, kind of the only one that's a bit sort of drags on a wee bit for it. Like overall, story is pretty good.
I think I'm remembering the Fox finale. Was it
The
Bender
second
sells
one.
his hands?
Yeah, to the robot devil.
No, Bender doesn't. Fry does.
Fry does gets the robot devil's hands, and
And
he says,
then
"I'm gonna put that up there because you know for fair play." But it ends up going down the robot devil's hands,
So
and that's where the Zoidberg memes like comes out. It's like that was bad, and you should feel bad.
So I thought that was the end because Leela.
That was the end. That was the.
There was a Fox end.
Yeah.
But it was
No,
there's more from that now.
Wasn't the very end where Fry and Leela end up
So no, that's
they're
like
old and then they
that
go
is
back
the-
in time or something like that?
that's the end. That's the like the last end. So
Yeah.
the first end that they did was like Leela and Fry walk away together like wee cartoon that of like
Right,
Fry's animated one. So that was the way like they ended in Fox, and then they got brought back
Right.
for that, and then they got killed again, and then they got brought back again.
Oh, what is it with these shows getting killed by Fox and then other people having to pick them up?
Fox are pretty bad for cancelling shows.
Yeah,
and
Lucifer and stuff like that. They got
Family
cancelled.
Guy's
Family
the big
Guy.
one. But then look at
Family
that.
Guy
How many
needs to
times-
die.
How many
No.
times has Family Guy been cancelled? Like 5 times or something like that?
I know.
3 times.
I think it needs to go now. Family Guy. It's lost its.
Oh.
I've not watched any of the new stuff. Maybe.
No, I don't think.
I
It's...
didn't even know they were making new stuff.
So they actually did like a scene, and people were saying this is the best scene that they've done in years. And then I was okay when I watch it, and I'm like, this is just a rotoscope of the Kingsman fight from like inside the church.
Yeah,
Because like they start playing
I
Bieber,
saw that
and I'm
on.
like,
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
It looked really cool, but then I was like,
this is
this is just.
Lazy.
It's the same deaths and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was like, I don't know, it's fun.
But
I've seen
you've
it. I've seen it already.
Yeah.
That's Seth MacFarlane. Like, he does a lot of copying, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not like it's because he's kind of done with the project. He's doing these other sort of things because he can be funny.
Yeah.
Well, like I've still got to watch.
Mate,
his-
I had to watch A Million Ways to Die in the West. It can be funny, and then he makes that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't like that film.
Sarah Silverman with her anal jokes and stuff like that.
It's very, very hit and miss. Like there's some really kind of funny, witty parts of it, and sometimes it's just make a joke and you're like, really?
That's terrible. The references he makes and stuff like that. You're like, come on, Seth. That was like 20 years ago. Think of something now.
Is it still?
It's easy to judge, obviously. Like,
He's much funnier than us.
like,
I mean, look how much money he's got, man.
yeah.
What's the Star Trek sort of one? The Orville.
The Orville.
I heard that's
yeah.
really fun.
My dad's a big Trekkie, and he keeps going on at me. You need to watch the Orville. 'cause
I
you really
watched
like
the
it."
first season. I really liked it. And
So
it's,
from what I heard, that's Seth MacFarlane was up to do the new Star Trek Discovery. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
going to do that, but they turned around and says, "You're going to put a funny man in charge of Star Trek? Are you fucking nuts?" Give it to like is it D&D guys did Star Trek? The guys who did Game of Thrones.
yeah,
I don't, is it them that do Star
Sure,
Trek Discovery?
I'm not too,
I
but
think
I'm sure it was like they were ghostwriting or they were doing something.
My dad, who I'm going to keep referencing when it comes to Star Trek because he made us watch it all,
He's a Trekkie.
loves it, doesn't like Discovery.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just one of them, he's an old man, doesn't like new things, or
But I've
it's
heard
not
from-
like Star Trek from the 90s or like Enterprise or anything like that.
I heard it's very bland, but the Orville's got that Star Trek Next Generation's feel.
Yeah.
That sort of like
yeah.
fun.
No, I remember him saying that that's what he was going for, and it's a really good blend of like proper. Obviously, the Star Trek episodes they always tried to kind of address an issue. You know, they were quite philosophical. They were quite interesting episodes, and it's got that. It definitely does have that. I remember there's one where it's one of the crew members, and they basically are going to have a child, and it's something like they kill female kids and they keep male kids alive, and they have this big court case of why they should keep it, even though it's going to be a female and stuff like that. And you know, so it does touch on these issues, but you've also got peppered in some good comedy as well. You know what I mean? But then again, there's also some absolutely ridiculous scenes as well. Like I think it might be that same episode, but Seth MacFarlane sitting at his wee captain's desk and he's got a Kermit doll on his desk, and someone comes in and is like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's just Kermit. He's an amphibious life form. He's kind of a leader of mine. And it's just like, what? Don't get me wrong, I love me some Kermit, but I'm just like, that's so out of place.
Yeah, I know. Why?
Aye, it's kind of funny but it's not funny like
It's unexpected.
It's
It's
like shock, kind of like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Funny.
not that sort of like we put that in there reference TV lol.
Yeah,
Sort of like Family Guys was sort of now sort of done.
but I would
all
definitely
references now in it.
Yeah.
again we're going back to recommending
Yeah,
TV shows, but Orville I would definitely watch, especially if you're a Star Trek fan.
Yeah,
I think you'd really get it.
I really think
I might
should
do it,
watch
I might
that.
watch
You know what? I was never really a Star Trek fan. I watched Next Generation.
Yeah.
I think it was, and the one that was like a prequel.
Enterprise.
Which I wasn't really a fan of that one.
That was a bit different as well. I think it's since Gene
that theme song. It's like, I got
Yeah,
faith. Oh, it's
Very-
so bad.
Very out of place.
You're just like going, really? I love Deep Space Nine. That was like my favourite.
Voyager, Deep Space Nine.
Chakotay, what was his name? He basically is like Captain Ray from the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Exactly.
Cisco.
Just
There you go.
'cause he's
Cisco.
black.
Captain
Right,
Cisco.
yeah.
He was
But
like
I-
going for it.
Like I said, like, I wasn't even really a Star Trek fan, and I really enjoyed the Orville. So
I've seen it all. My dad made us watch it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that was his show. He'd be like, he'd just put it on, and he'd be like, "You're reading the newspaper. Why are we watching this?" He's like, "Because this is what we watch in this house." It's like, why?
have you played the? I know we're talking about movies and TV shows, but you played the VR game Star Trek Bridge Crew?
No, Hamish, why didn't you bring this up when we were doing?
Because we weren't talking about Star Trek then.
Sorry, this is why I was saying like.
Oh, it's just a wee mini segue. You should listen to our gaming podcast. No, so maybe we should make a video of us playing that because you get 4 seats and
Yeah.
you know it's a lot of fun. We've all got VR, don't we? So
Yeah, we do that actually, so we can do that.
I'll obviously be the captain because you know.
Did you? There's one video that I seen of that. It was hilarious. It was done by Oni Plays, Irish animator guy who does like the Harry Potter Leviosa sort of
Right.
one.
Yeah.
And he's the captain, and then he sees a person that's on the bridge just on there, and then there was a lassie to the left of him, and he
Joker
sort
to
of
the
goes
right.
like, he's like, okay, hail them, and then he turns around and sees the guy, and just looks over, he goes like, and just mimics like having boobs, and then starts licking it, and then that's it. Everyone just starts pissing himself laughing.
Right, so that finishes off our very slim pickings of movies and TV shows. It's late summer, so it's usually a time where you don't play or watch a lot of things because it's like the only time we get to go outside. Yeah, it's sunny for 2 weeks. But I've also been reading. I know that's a surprise,
Cue the gasp, everyone.
but it's a surprise as well, but not a surprise because it was a comic book.
Ah,
So it's not
Yeah.
a whole lot of reading.
You just look at the pictures, don't you?
Some good looking pictures though.
you lied to us through words.
Hugh's favourite book is The Hungry Caterpillar.
Because I relate a lot to that caterpillar.
Oh, you want to eat this? Me too. Me too, caterpillar. Me too.
Me and him are spirit animals together. Does that make sense?
Oh,
No.
cat.
The caterpillar would be your spirit animal.
Nah.
You wouldn't be a caterpillar spirit animal.
Nah, I feel
I
like
wanna
I'd
be
be a
shook.
spirit animal. But-
Two-way street, is it?
I've been reading the latest The Sentry. That's a weird way to say it.
The century.
His name's The Sentry. It's not just Sentry. It's
Oh.
The Sentry. The Sentry was a character created about the year 2000. It was created by Marvel, but they hyped up as a character they found. Like they'd created it in the 60s or the 50s, and they'd forgot about it, and they'd brought him back. But it was all like hype. They never actually. They created this character in 2000. It was created by Paul Jenkins, and it was meant to be a Superman-ish character.
Uh-huh.
He's super powerful. Like the golden,
The Golden God.
golden god, the golden. This
He's got the power of a million exploding suns.
Well, they've toned it down. It's now only 1,000 exploding.
Oh, that's
suns.
fine then. I mean, like, I could take that.
But the
With
engine-
enough prep time, I'm sure you could.
and his original
Batman,
story,
that shit,
his
yeah.
original story was excellent because it was meant to be just a one and done type thing. He was a chubby middle-aged man who was getting memories back.
He's more like me every day.
No. Well, like he was getting his memories back from this life that he didn't know he lived, which was the greatest superhero in the world.
Again, it's just me. Like,
And
can I just ask something? Did Marvel do this as a kind of PR stunt because part of his story is losing memories? Were they like, oh, we found him because you know?
it does suit because like people obviously didn't like they believed it sort of, but they were like, how can you lose a character? How can it just go missing?
Yeah.
But they said even Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created them, but obviously they didn't. It was all marketing, PR, trying to get hype for this comic book. But he gets his memories back and slowly realises he was the golden guardian of good. Oh jeez. But the reason he had to go away, that they figure out, is because when he's around, his biggest enemy comes, who's the Void, who you find out is the same person. The Void and the Sentry are the same person.
Bad things happen when they're together. Like
Is it like
when he knows who the Void is.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was the reason he made himself forget who he was is because if he didn't know he was a Sentry, the Void wouldn't come around and murder lots of people because the Void killed his or maimed a lot of his wife.
Yeah.
And
It's like a self-sacrifice. I'll
yeah,
give up my
it's
memories
mental
because
health issues. It's
Yeah.
like
that's what it's a kind of
it's
analogy for.
his
isn't
dark
it?
side.
Yeah.
It's more interesting. Like I like Superman as a character because when he's written well, it's
He's not
it's
one-dimensional.
it's interesting.
He's not a one-note guy, sort of like this is I am good, and then that's what.
Aye,
that's all
I find
am.
it hard to describe him without going to Superman because Superman is obviously what he's based on. Like this, he's got power that's
insurmountable.
Yeah, he can write anything you want into his powers,
Yeah,
and
his
he'll
powers,
beat
like-
everyone.
Yeah.
But Superman also doesn't really have a weakness. You can say it's kryptonite, but kryptonite's a bullshit thing. Like, but can you imagine being the most powerful thing on the earth?
Well,
And then-
I don't need to.
And then the only thing that beats you is you. Oh, it's like a really in-your-face mental health metaphor.
Yeah, because that's sort of like what stops you from being great. What stops you from doing that thing that scares you the most is generally yourself.
So when he realizes that this is happening, like, I'm shortening this story
Yeah,
massively,
okay, so
but like, he's everybody's best friend. Like, Spider-Man's best friend, he's the Hulk's best friend and stuff like that. So they all realise what's going to happen if he comes back as a Sentry. And at the end of his original run, he forgets again. They make him forget
Doesn't
again.
he mind wipe them as well, though?
Yeah, he mind wipes
Yeah.
everybody because he's like awesome.
He's
Like,
that powerful. He could just
Yeah.
do it. Like, he gets that wee Men in Black
Yeah.
thing out. I can't remember. the name of it.
He's got his wee computer called Clock. But they brought him back in the mid 2000s to be in the Avengers as this. He's like always been a ticking time bomb of fuck, when's it going to go bad for him? Because if it was always his wife that people targeted,
Yeah.
and bad things would happen. He'd go into turn into the void, and literally he grabbed Ares, the god of war, by the arms and ripped him in
half.
two,
Yeah.
like easily.
Yeah.
And he battled Thor, he battled Spider-Man, he battled them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's that powerful.
They wrote themselves into a corner with him because they made him so powerful that no one could beat him. And then some awful fucking
Was it Power of Love?
no, it was they rammed a fucking helicarrier into him, and you're thinking, but he's just beat Thor. Like,
Right.
what's a helicarrier going to do? Like, but it was just a way to get rid of him because he's obviously too powerful at this point. And he went away for years and years because there was nothing they could do with him. And then he's back last year. Jeff Lemire and Joshua Cassara and Kim Jacinto.
Man, that's some good.
It's some
memory,
good
man.
Wikipedia reading.
As you say,
They
I'm pretty
brought
sure
him
it's, I think it's obvious to everybody who were reading that with the delay. That guy.
Yeah, but they brought him back and changed him. Like, so they brought him back and
Did they enough from?
sort of they get he brought him back Doctor Strange first, and then they brought him back in his own series. Doctor Strange gave him a device which means he can go into his brain and be the Sentry, like this pocket dimension. He can be the Sentry, and the Void and the Sentry can exist there. But in real world, he's Bob Reynolds. That was his original name, and he can live a life flipping burgers at this diner with his old friends. What happens is he had a sidekick called Scout who lost his arm to the Void years and years before, who gets jealous finding out he can be the superhero in his brain.
Was Scout a dog?
No, Scout was a boy.
Scout's a dog's name.
Okay.
There's dogs.
He has a dog as well.
There's dogs in.
He has a dog in
there
it
is
as
a
well,
dog,
but
yeah,
like
there's
it's not called Scout.
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind of why I was thinking, like, I'm sure there's a dog
Yeah.
in there somewhere.
But like, I know I'm just
Yeah.
explaining this
Yeah.
story, but we can
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
it. But the interesting thing they do is
He gets jealous.
he gets jealous, he steals his device, and he obviously starts panicking, like the Sentry's going to come back. And like Iron Man's in it as well, and like Tony Stark tries to do that thing that he always does of saying, like, I'm in charge here, and then like the Sentry just busts out and goes, no you're not, like, because there's nothing they can do about it. The Sentry goes to go find where his friend took this device because he's panicking the Void's going to come back. Right to the end of the story, they do a thing that I didn't think they would ever do. Like Bob Reynolds and his Sentry and Bob Reynolds switch. Something happens, some plot thing happens, and Bob goes into the brain thing, and the Sentry comes out.
Yeah.
So
Is Bob with the Void then? I'm assuming?
Bob's with the Void,
Okay.
and they need, and at that point they need each other to get over this. So Bob, for the first time ever, goes to the Void and asks for help, and that's when what was meant to be the Sentry appears. So it's instead of being golden, it's either, he used to think you're either 100% good or you're 100% bad.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is making the Sentry, instead of golden, he's red and black now, like fucking
So basically,
radioactive man.
So basically, it's more of a like
You've got to accept your dark side
Yeah.
with your light. You've got to accept your flaws with your fucking good side.
Yeah.
It's another one of them metaphors. It's not subtle. It slaps you right in the face.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing to say.
Something
You
you'd be
gotta-
like, I should have
Even-
seen this coming. But
Even Dom would be there.
even Dom didn't get the words, Scott. But like,
So that's a throwback to our gaming podcast.
yeah, you should really listen to that.
Like-
one.
Give that a listen just to.
I know that was a
Right, yeah.
whole lot of me just telling you plot,
Yeah.
but the character is all about mental health, which is weird. A weird topic for them to go for.
Well, especially when
I
it's
think
dealing with
it's
superheroes.
Yeah.
You don't really
That's
think
it.
much of mental health, like,
If you're the most physically powerful, your only weakness can be mentally.
It's true.
But that's the thing. The Sentry had to go off-world now because
I must go now. My planet.
My
needs me.
planet needs it. That's the thing, because he's so powerful. So like the Void was super powerful, the Sentry's super powerful, so they came together and they're like super duper powerful.
Yeah. But then they're keeping each other in check, basically, because
so
they're
it's
One
both
of
yin
those
and yang.
Dragon Ball Z fusion bullshit.
Oh,
things.
you talk about Dragon Ball like you know what you're talking about.
I've seen them do that wee stupid dance and touch
I've
fingers.
seen you do a stupid dance and touch stuff.
What?
But anyway, you should read the Sentry. It's really, really good. I've got it. It's only like it's in trade paperback. I've got all of the Sentry stuff.
I'm
There's
sure
not a lot of
I've
it
read
out
the
there.
original run. You know what I mean? And there's
The original run is still better.
Yeah, he's like an alcoholic and stuff like that as well. Isn't he?
Yeah, he lives a really depressed, awful life because you could be like it's all allegories of being like the best you can be or the worst you can be, and
I mean, how you get yourself out of that hole and how you put yourself into the
self-sacrifice and stuff like that. Like it's all fucking religious in it, but it's
it's
a lot better written this time than it was because Brian Bendis took it.
It's not because they make him more like human, which is like what's the greatest thing you could do to a superhero. Like,
because
make him more relatable.
No one's ever 100% bad.
Yeah.
No one's ever fucking the best person in the whole world.
Yeah.
Don't, Hamish. I know you were just about to say
look,
it.
man. Well, you know.
See, I got it. Do you know what else I've bought? I haven't read it yet though, and I'll get past the Sentry. Right, read it. I would lend it to either of you if you wanted to read it. It'll take you about half an hour to read.
It'll take me about a week, but
Dawn a bit longer probably.
I'm a slow learner, but a fast reader.
It's out trade paperback or single issues if you just want to get it.
Cool.
But I bought the Pokemon manga.
Wait, there's a Pokemon manga?
I didn't even know there was one.
It was out when the Red and Blue came out. I think it came out in Japan even before the games came out here. And I only bought it because I remember having the first collected issue or whatever it is, the Tankemon or whatever. I don't know. I'm butchering it. But like the first collected book back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and thinking it was great, but also there was nowhere to buy that stuff at the time. I think that was only I found it in some newsagent somewhere.
Okay.
But then I saw it on Amazon for £20 for the collected like six collections or something like that. I read the first one and it's it's really well written.
So does it follow Ash Ketchum?
No,
or
is it
Red.
Yeah.
See in the games.
Red's the name of the character.
Red was the main character in the games.
Right.
Because Ash wasn't in the games.
Ash was just made for the animes.
Ash is just in the anime.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Because the main character's called Red because I think in the games after Red and Blue, if you beat the Elite Four, you face Red, who is the Pokemon Master.
Of course, yeah.
So it follows him, and it's totally different than the anime. Like he like catches a Poliwhirl and like shit like that. It doesn't actually like catch the same Pokemon stuff, and it's quite well written. Like it's a lot of fun. Like
Red's not an idiot.
Yeah,
like Ash is a complete.
He's a moron,
and I haven't got around to reading the rest, but
is it basically just he catches Pokemon and is his journey to becoming a Pokemon master?
It follows the games Red and Blue a lot more than it follows the anime.
Yeah.
The anime was
Mostly filler.
yeah, it wasn't very good.
There was a lot of episodes that were just walking about and then oh shit, there's some kind of Pokemon like
Take a Pikachu, and you're like, alright, we get it, guys.
I know.
Then
like the first season's on Netflix and it's 50 episodes. And I watched it hungover Sundays. You watched like 4 or 5 episodes, and even at the end of the first 50 episodes, I was like, nothing happened in those 50 episodes.
Much like Dragon Ball, a lot of filler episodes.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, isn't there? I've not watched
Not
it,
as
but
super.
I've heard there's a lot of like.
In the original Dragon Ball,
shit.
because of the way that it had to
terrible.
follow the manga.
Hey, we'll stop there. Jump into that. Would you recommend reading it then? Is it still
for £20 for the collected? Yeah, definitely. If you were a Pokemon fan, if you aren't a Pokemon fan, there's no fucking point in going near this. It's mostly nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
I still like Pokemon even though I'm 21 now.
31 as of last week.
30-21 today. Hey, what you been reading that, man?
You know what, I'm still needing to get round to reading The Boys. Like we talked about The Boys on our last podcast. If you've not had a listen to that, go and have a listen. It's right at the end. You know, I enjoyed the TV show.
Yeah,
so
I think
much.
we all were giving quite high praise for it as well, and then finding out like the comics are like
they're a bit different though. Like
Simon, what we were saying with Huey looks like Simon Pegg.
Yeah,
I did see a picture of him. I'm like, holy shit, he actually does look like Simon Pegg.
But yeah, there is a lot of differences. Like obviously in The Boys, there's the plane scene.
Yeah.
And see in the comic books, it's basically it's 9/11 that they're talking about. That's what happens, and the U.S. military, they shoot down the first plane, and then Vought basically pull some strings, and they are like, oh well, why don't we get the 7 to stop the second plane? We'll look good. But all the Homelander does is he opens the door and everyone flies out because that's what happens when there's no vacuum. And he tries to grab the plane and he crashes it into the Hudson Bridge. So he kills the people left on the plane, all the people on the Hudson Bridge, and that's when he was trying to do his best. You know what I mean? Like, but in the show, obviously they show he's basically like, well, no, it's not a good idea. But he's a bit more naive in the.
He's already cynical in the TV show.
Yeah,
he's
basically.
not as cynical.
Yeah, and he does get a bit more kind of sadistic in that, apparently in the comics. But it's just interesting how they kind of change it up. So I keep watching these recaps of what's happening on YouTube, and then I'm like, I'm gonna read it. Like, I hear a wee bit, and then I'm like, I don't want to hear spoilers, but I'm looking forward to reading that. Is it still going? Does anyone know?
Rory was saying to me that it's still going for it because he really enjoys it. Him and one of the boys and what we're talking about it.
One of the boys.
One of the boys.
Gotta get the boys together.
The boys.
I asked you last time to give me a butcher.
Billy Butcher?
Billy Butcher, impression. You were like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that.
I don't know what you tell me, I do it off my
Yeah, but now
it's like Rage Against the Machine, man. You can't like fuck you and do what you tell me.
But now you're doing it fine. But I'm looking forward to reading that. But
awesome.
I'll need to talk about that next time because I'll know more about it.
I'll actually do something and have interesting things to say.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really read at all.
I was still trying to teach you how to read.
I know, it's so hard, man. Words just they're too big sometimes and they're just hard to read.
So is talking then,
Talk me dumb, hurt head.
So is there anything you guys are looking forward to in the coming months, or
going to sleep?
My head is so fried.
There's a bunch of things coming out.
The
Joker film.
Yeah.
Like Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, isn't it? But what's your opinion? Like, does the Joker need a backstory? Should he have a backstory?
Yeah, he should.
Is that not part of his charm that he doesn't?
No, because he does in a lot of different stories. He's got like 10 different backstories. That's the point in the Killing Joke, and even the first Batman film in '89. They give him backstories, and they're good enough.
They're passable.
Yeah, the one in Killing Joke's tragic, obviously, and the one in Batman isn't. He's just a fucking dick. But like, Jack Nicholson pulls it off because he's Jack Nicholson, but
he's badass.
I think the backstory in this is he's not going to be the Batman villain. He's not going to be the over the top Batman villain. He's just going to be like a tragic character, like the clown, the stand up comedian, the guy that's he's laughing on the outside and he's dying on the inside. That's what they're going to go for, and they picked one of the best actors to do it. Like, I don't think there's a guy that can portray tragedy quite like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he is a good actor. Yeah.
Like, some of the contortions he does with his body in the trailer, you're like, that's fucking strange. Why's he doing that? I bet his mum dies though. I bet that's the thing in the film. He's got to die, isn't he?
That's a tragic start, isn't it? So yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think DC are better for sitting, for just doing standalone movies now and trying not to work into like other things like Batman, Superman?
I think so, yeah, because they tried their absolute best with the whole Justice League kind of universe, and it just always felt like they were playing catch up with the MCU.
Which you shouldn't have been doing, because there's no need to try and catch up. You do it at your own pace.
Exactly, but they obviously felt that way because how successful the Marvel Cinematic Universe was, and it led to rushed films that weren't as good as they could have been if they'd taken the time and not given a fuck about.
All you need to do is look at the Justice League animated TV series and look at that is.
Do you know what they should do? They should just take whoever writes, like Bruce Timm and stuff like that, put them in charge of the universe, because they did a fucking excellent job of the cartoons and the DC animated
movies and stuff.
Because they're still coming out, and I don't think I've ever really seen a bad one. Some of the Batman ones can be they're just episodes that have been lengthened. They're not great. But there was that one where the Samurai Batman one.
Oh yeah.
That one.
I also watched it, but
Assault on Arkham and stuff like that. That's excellent.
I heard it's a Slade one that's out, or what's his name? Like the newest one.
The newest one, the Hush. Isn't
Hush, yeah.
Hush.
Yeah.
I've read Hush. Hush is
Yeah, Hush is
excellent.
good. Yeah, I've got it in that.
And then we've also done which is a strange one that I've seen, one for the Turtles in Batman.
Yeah, I want to see that. I've never seen that.
It's ridiculous.
So who is it? Shredder? Who Shredder?
If it's the original Turtles,
Yeah.
Turtles were vicious. Like they weren't the cartoon Turtles. They were.
I think it's still Mikey. No, the trailer that I seen Mikey was Mikey.
Here's a
Mikey's,
question.
he's a party dude, man.
Here's a wee question. If you talk about original Turtles, what colour are the original Turtles bandanas? Like the wee
They're all red, aren't
Yeah, they're all red.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't tell the difference between them. I like in the new, I love the new films where they gave them like different body types, and Raph's just fucking jacked. It's just like this huge roided out turtle. You're like, how the fuck did that turtle get so big?
I think of the fact they even thought I need to wear a mask. You know, like, I need to hide my turtle identity. Like, it's like you're one of 4 turtles, mate. Like, what is the point?
Big one, leader, tech guy,
Party dude.
party boy.
You guys, I think I don't know if I think we might have talked about it briefly last week. Cats.
Oh.
How weird looking is cats.
It's just that weird, like uncanny valley.
Yeah.
That's meant to look like a cat, but it looks like a person cat.
Yeah.
Also, Cats is one of the worst musicals of all time.
I am
One of
not
the
a big
worst?
fan of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I am not a big fan of it.
What? The musical?
yeah.
Why James Bond?
Just
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it,
Uh,
but I'm basing it off of reviews.
I have.
Also, who
thought
the
Cats
fuck
was
cares
one-
about cats?
I watched.
Cats is one of the
I watched
classics.
the show when I was back in my college days. I was doing technical theatre, so I was basically building sets and stuff like that, and we did Cats. And oh my god, that was a 2.5 week venture. I'll do it again. I actually was like, this is actually frustrating because all
What,
the set
the-
changeover. It was just
So
the
it's-
story's very.
That's not.
It's.
You put that.
I'm trying to think that it's a
breath
side.
into
It's
words.
very. I'm trying to word it carefully for it. It's predictable, up its own arse,
Trash.
boring,
Trash.
egotistical.
I don't
Trash.
value your
Garbage.
opinion. You've not seen it. You don't know anything
Just
about it.
because you like cats.
I don't like
It's-
cats. I've never seen
There's
cats.
many.
I've-
There's
No, like
a.
the actual the animal cats.
No, they're wrong. I like
Yeah,
cats.
they're-
Fuck
they're-
cats.
they're-
You've got like
that's got no bearing on this conversation here.
But-
It's called Cats, Hamish.
you've got a lot better one shows that could be better on the screen. Cats is definitely not one of them that should be made for it.
I don't think I'll go see it.
No, God, no. James Corden's in it. I've seen that cunt.
Idris Elba's in it.
James
Taylor Swift's in it.
James Corden's in it. Anything with James Corden in it is automatically a 0 out of 10.
It was Gavin and Stacey. That was a good show. I can't wait for the
Christmas special.
Christmas special.
Okay. What about there's a Playmobil movie and there's
Oh.
an Angry Birds 2 movie. Angry Birds first movie totally passed by me. I saw the trailer for Angry Birds 2 and I was like, 2? Where's 1?
Oh, she got written down there. Can we skip these two?
Well, Angry
Playmobil-
Birds. I did Angry Birds do quite well. I'm sure it did. Like in the
You know
cinema.
what? Angry Birds 2, when what was it we were watching? Me and
What?
Hugh, we were watching a film and we saw the Angry Birds 2 trailer and we looked at each other at the very start. It was Lion King, actually.
Nothing like it.
We looked at each other and we were like, oh, this is so silly. And then about halfway through the trailer, we looked at each other and was like, that actually looks kind of funny.
We did, but then I was drunk on Lion King.
Lion King
Drank.
hasn't started yet.
It was.
Lion King, Lion King.
So why wouldn't you watch Angry Birds 2?
Oh, it just sounds like a waste of
Have you
time.
seen the first one?
I don't get the lore, Hamish. I haven't seen the first one.
I don't
That's
think
fine.
you need to.
I need to know who these
You need
birds
to know
are.
why the pigs and birds are enemies at first.
Uh-huh.
I played the game for like 10 minutes.
Do you know see the pig with the beard? He looks a lot like John Tron.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Like seeing the trailer, I'm like that actually kind of looks like John Tron.
We've been watching a few John Trons lately.
But I would say like I would hard pass on that. The Playmobil one is very just like seems like it's carbon copy of Lego.
Aye,
It seems like
looks terrible, man.
It's
Like,
for a younger audience.
Is Daniel Radcliffe in it?
I think
He's
so, yeah,
he's
he
playing
is,
the lead
yeah.
character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that, you're not Keanu Reeves.
it looked god awful.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Still no, man, that might
You're
just
not
be-
Keanu
you're not
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. He's not Kid Kaboom.
Yeah, true.
What
Yes,
about
I Canada.
the two pensioners, you know, fighting it out. Rambo: Last Blood, Terminator: Dark Fate.
I'll go see both of them.
Why?
I respect them as men.
You respect Stallone and Schwarzenegger,
As men, Hamish. As old.
but do you think it's going to
Older.
be a good film?
No.
The Terminator has
Tell me the
potential,
last
but
time-
we've been burnt too many times from it.
I didn't mind Genesis. I thought it was alright.
Was Matt Smith in that?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I did something.
Genesis was but like
What's her name from Game of Thrones?
Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
T-
Clark, yeah.
Terminator's been since 1991. Like the first two exist on their own, and then three.
Then the rest of that shit happened.
Aye, then you're like,
the TV series with that
Sarah
Sarah Connor as well.
yeah.
Like that was really
Yeah, I started watching that. It was okay. I never.
Because
That's Terminator now. It's okay. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
It was because like I remember just watching one of the episodes where they like to bring it back to like talking earlier like where they had moments in time because like it was like a pocket of time Sarah Connor goes forward for and it was weird because he came in going what's happened it's like oh yeah we're just that that whole shit like 9/11 haha and she looks going fucking what the hell was 9/11 and they're like,
Right,
they had to basically explain to Sarah Connor 9/11 happened and you could see her going like man maybe the robots should just take us over man because they're horrible people but whoa
yeah. She's got a point.
go for that as well.
We're all pretty
But I
bad.
would want to see this Terminator one just the fact that Cameron's got some sort of say in it.
It's got like the returning cast, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
Sarah Connor's back, isn't she? So
she looks weird now. She
Don't know
looks
her-
she
don't know
looks
her
the
name.
same as she does in 91, but wrinklier. Like that's
that's
it.
what happened when people get old.
I know,
Feel
it's
like,
just
You
weird.
should know you just had a birthday. Like,
It's honestly like they just put the face app on them and went
yeah.
old. But
What about yourself, man?
the last blood though.
I'll definitely watch them. Like,
Last blood just looks like old man Stallone murdering anybody that comes near his house. Get
That-
off his lawn.
that's what any Rambo film is, mate. Like,
I know, it's just
The
like,
it was just-
last blood.
it just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, oh, there's people come to my house, get my gun.
Better get the Gatling. Gotta take him down.
He's got his knife and he can barely get up.
what I want to know is like they're calling it Last Blood. See if this is a huge success. Are they gonna have
Super last blood.
like very Last Blood? Like,
Oh,
after it, you
triple
know? Oh shit! Oh,
No,
we made a
blood
lot of money here.
transfusion.
What they'll do what they did with Rocky and just put another character in and name it after them.
It'll be Bambo First Blood. Hambo.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah. Well, title of the podcast.
Stallone, I'm available for Hambo First Blood.
Just give
The next generation of
Just give
Rambo.
Hambo years to train.
Hambo first jug.
Nah, mate. Even 3 years, Stallone couldn't get to my level, so don't worry about it.
For that prep training.
One thing I'm actually interested in is Doctor Sleep. It's like the Shining sequel.
Right, okay.
That'll be interesting. I'm purely basing that on I like The Shining. Basically.
Basically. Who's in
It's a hot take.
No, I don't know. I'm only written down Doctor Sleep.
I think that's us guys.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. When it comes out, I'll watch it and we'll talk about it.
I agree
I
with
can't
you.
wait until this like end of July and August are like the worst times for like media. There's nothing out.
Yeah.
Well, Gamescom.
Enjoy the podcast.
Let us know what you actually think of like this change up. If you think having it split up in two makes it a lot easier, just give us a wee email at patchusinofficial@gmail.com.
Or send us a DM at Instagram, patchusinofficial.
Or get us at Twitter at Patchusin.
Yeah, you got it, man. You got
You
you
got
take this
them,
on
man.
there, Captain Hamish.
That's a goodbye from Hamish
Bye, everyone.
and Dom.
See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.